Aloha! Welcome to part 4 of Mega Man V for the Game Boy. So now we're in our upgraded space rush, and we're going to head off into outer space to take on the final Stardroids and counterattack them before they try and fuck us up. So yep, we're in the halfway point, and we got a new batch of Stardroids to take out, which is swell. You didn't think the game would end that quickly, did you? It's just a Game Boy game. So in clockwise order, they're Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Pluto. We're going to start off in the top left with Jupiter. He's got some nice frisbee shoulder pads there. Gotta love those frisbee shoulder pads. Anywho, Jupiter can fly in the air with a jet engine. His electric shock can electrocute enemies. A good point? Speed Mania. Is that like WrestleMania? A bad point? He has flighty behavior. He's always flying, you see, because he loves to fly. He likes acrobatic flight, and he dislikes air turbulence. So did you get this sense that this guy flies in the air a lot? And gee, didn't we just kill a Stardroid who has a bubble bomb that goes to the ceiling and hits them? Yeah, now you know why we're taking Jupiter first. Bubble bomb does a hell of a job killing him. This level can be really annoying and really, really annoying. Because, first off, that enemy I just killed right there, he is so freaking annoying. He shocks the ground, and then he shoots in every direction, and there's a lot of tight pathways coming up that he loves to stick around in. And needless to say, fighting him is a pain in the ass. The guy up there shocks. He charges up himself with electricity, then he sends a shock at you, and you can't hurt him when he's charging electricity. And every time you seem to come to him, he's always in this weird vantage point where you can't, like, just stand there and then jump up to him. He'll always hit you unless you jump high. Every time you're outside and there's space in the background, you can jump higher than you normally would. It's a lot like Starman stage in the NES version of Mega Man 5, in that you think it's like kind of like water effects, like usually in Mega Man games when you're in water you can jump higher, but in outer space you can jump higher. So be sure to remember that. Luckily there's no electric walls or anything that can kill you, so don't mind the electric epileptic flashes going on. And now I'm going to show off the Mega Hand. I guess that's what a lot of people seem to think it says, or seem to think it means, since it's MH. Look at that. You charge it, it grabs items for you. It can grab anything. It can grab E-tanks, it can grab health, it can grab weapon energy, and it can also grab the special collectible items that we're going to be running into very soon. And that's why I had to buy it. I had to buy it because I wanted to get through this playthrough as quick as I could. And these last 4 levels have collectible items, but we'll get to that when we get to that. For now, I would like to discuss something about the previous 4 Mega Man games, because I'm not going to be playing them. I'm sorry, folks, but they're too familiar. They don't have anything going for them. If you want to play them, by all means, go and play the first 4 Mega Man games. But I'm not going to be doing that. Instead, I'm going to talk about the first 4 Mega Man games and mention that every game had at least one new robot that wasn't in the NES games, and they were a big deal because they actually had their own surname that was Mega Man Killer. By the way, you want to go up here because it's the only way we're going to get the collectible in this level. You can't just, like, skip up either. You have to go all the way to the top. Actually, I might as well wait till we get the collectible item. I'll talk about the Mega Man Killers, as they're called, when we reach the next level. But by dropping down this pit with a lot of spikes, and you can die very easily, you gotta watch where you land. Go to the left. There's a jewel on the bottom left. Charge up your Mega Hand, grab it. Boom! We got one of the first collectibles. There's a collectible in every stage, and they're all jewels, and they're hidden in some spot of the level. They're always hidden. And, you know, Dr. Light will explain to us what that is later. This place is all icy, and there's bottomless holes, and guys who love to charge electricity and knock you off. I may make it look easy, but believe me, it's not easy. But luckily, we made it to our Stardroid. Remember, Venus's bubble wrap or bubble bomb is his weakness. So Jupiter's pattern, if he has one, is to go as close to where you are as possible, shoot an electric bolt down, and then he shoots 4 pellets, and he swoops down, and then he continues this process over and over again. It can be very easy to get his pattern down. In fact, when I first played Mega Man V, I fought him with the Mega Arm and not the Bubble Bomb, because I didn't know it was his weakness. And he's not too bad when you get his pattern down. He's a pretty simple Stardroid. You just gotta keep in mind, the whole platform is icy, so you can't just stay in one place. And, you know, he's always going to try and shock you. He's always going to go to where you are. You don't want him to stay in the middle. You want him to be on the side there so you can get away from his 4 pellets. Try and keep him away from the middle of the stage as much as possible. Anyway, by defeating Jupiter, we get an electric laser beam. I like to think of it as some kind of weird taser. It's electric shock. It's kind of like a melee weapon because it doesn't go out. You have to be close to the guy to use it. Dr. Light! I found this crystal on the planet! You better analyze it. Let me see! Well, this crystal seems to be the energy source used by that planet's ancient civilization. There's a civilization? With 4 of these, I can make an item that will reduce the energy consumption of special weapons by half. I assume there are similar crystals like this on other planets, too. Collect all 4 crystals and bring them back to the lab. Good luck, Mega Man! And why not? I got nothing better to do. Booyah! And you can tell if you got the crystal because it'll be above their black silhouette. So now we're going to the top right to take on Saturn. And if you didn't think Saturn was on the Saturn planet, you're crazy. So let's take a look at his bio, shall we? With the weapon called Black Hole, he can draw in objects toward himself. A good point? He's fickle-minded. A bad point? Low allowance. Okay. He likes hula hoops, and he dislikes video games. What the hell, Saturn? Okay, now we gotta kill Saturn. He doesn't like video games, and if you don't like video games, I'm sorry, you need to die. The first crystal is already here, really quickly. Use Rush Coil to get across here. It's a tough jump, but if you screw it up, sorry, you missed it. Gotta replay the level later. But yeah, the Mega Hand can go through most objects, which is always swell, so the crystal, just shoot it, boom, we got our second crystal. That's 2 of 4. If you look in the item screen, you can see that there's clearly 4 marks, or 4 spaces, and 2 of those crystals are now there. Anyway, the gimmick with Saturn stage is that it's gravity-based. Lots of gravity trying to screw you up. The 0.5 gravity means you can jump a lot higher. You can jump to twice the height. And the 2 gravity means you can only jump at half the height. Meaning you gotta really struggle to jump everywhere. You gotta keep in mind, you'll only jump as high or as low in the arrow spaces. If you try and jump in the block spaces, nothing's gonna happen. And these are tight jumps, because not only are there spikes everywhere, but, you know, there's bottomless pits. Guys who love to stop time and make you slower, you gotta get used to that hurdle, too, because, man, these enemies are annoying. They're freaking annoying as hell. Hey. But anyway, and there's Eddie. Oh my god, he was useful. But back to the previous 4 Mega Man games, there were these robots called Mega Man Killers, and there was a 1 in every Mega Man game. Mega Man 1, 2, 3, and 4 each introduced a new Mega Man Killer, and they were supposed to be these epic robots who Dr. Wily builds to, you know... Well, actually, he didn't build one of them, but I'll talk about him when we get to him. Because, yeah, they're all in this game, folks. The Mega Man Killers have returned. Spoiler. I had to spoil it just because I wanted to talk about the first 4 encounters with these guys, because I'm not playing the first 4 Mega Man games. And we're going to be running into them again, and I just wanted to mention that the Mega Man Killers were unique, and they were in the previous Mega Man games, and we'll be seeing them later. But I will see you in Part 5. Till then.